And to the politics of River State, the River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has apologized to the people of the state over the recent political crisis in that state. Last week, some state lawmakers loyal to Fubara's predecessor, Nyesom Wike, attempted to impeach Fubara. The incident created some chaos in the State House of Assembly. In a statement on Saturday, the governor described the crisis as regrettable anxiety of the last few days. Those were his words, saying it was important to make sacrifices for peace to reign. He also thanked President Bola Tinubu for his intervention, which he said opened a series of communication channels aimed at arriving at a peaceful resolution of the crisis. So we're joined by Niyi Omoniyi. Rather, to shed light on the latest from River State, we have Godswill Jumbo, who is a political commentator, joining us now. Godswill, thank you very much for your time. What are the key factors or events that led to this recent political crisis in River State, and how did Governor Fubara address them in his apology to the people of the state?
Okay, if I get you well, you are asking two things. One, what led to the drama of last Monday, and then what also led to the apology by the governor to the people of the state. Well, a lot of things happened on Monday very quickly, and then from what we, discovered, there were some disagreements between the governor and his predecessor, who happens to have worked to, ensure that he emerged as the governor of the state. But apparently, those disagreements were not properly managed. So they snowballed into the drama that we witnessed that day. In the political space, some people always read the body language of their leader and begin to act. But I'm also happy that the various stakeholders were able to contain the situation. But coming to the governor's statement, hours ago, I think the governor is taking charge, he's taking responsibility, because at the end of the day, he is the chief security officer of the state. So that speech was well intended. That speech was apt at the time it came. There was a need for him to calm frayed nerves. And we also look at, the intervention of the president, which he said opened up communication channels. Those communication channels must have gone the way of his predecessor, the way of other stakeholders, the way of the federal government, the way of the PDP, the way of his fellow governors, and all of that, became a melting pot for calming the situation. As at now, the state is back on track. Everywhere is calm. People have gone back to their work. I think at the House of Assembly, some renovation is going on now to fix the place so that the lawmakers can return to their duty. So that speech is actually apt. But it's important to correct the narrative out there. So people are saying that he apologized to the former governor. No, he apologized to the people of Rivers State for the tension that generated on that Monday. Is he regretting that he checkmated an attempt to push him out of office? Not really. I think every leader should be able to show that sense of responsibility. To the extent that you have your political interest, you should be able to pursue it in such a way that it does not, destabilize the polity, create unnecessary tension, and all of that. All that happened is just not even within the PDP. So I'm happy. Most people who saw that speech, I really appreciated that. He took that part.
All right, Jumbo, you're saying the State House of Assembly is looking at a way to fix itself up and resume sitting. Quite a very, very serious fire that totally raised the sitting chamber. But if the Assembly is trying to get its act together, If they are to meet, the next time they meet, who will be the speaker?
Okay, it's actually a very tricky question to answer. But one is the process of fixing the House of Assembly, the aspect that was damaged. I think that process has been activated. Very soon, repair works will fully start. But as to the question of who will be the speaker, I think that's where the communication channels that the president, help activate comes into play. As of now, if we will go by history, no speaker that has been impeached, whether rightly or wrongly, ever came back to sit as speaker. It never happened. Back when you look at the Tony Hari Otelemaba Amakri scenario, when you look at, when you look at the Amechi period, all that happened, the 5 lawmakers trying to upstage the 27 lawmakers, all of that. The situation that changed never reversed itself. So we don't see this reversing. At the moment, the Edison faction has said they have impeached Martin Amewule. And if Edison is on the side of the governor, you can connect the dots. Not sure that no matter how the resolution processes go, that the governor is going to allow somebody who tried to impeach him to return back to that seat. We don't see that happening, not in Rivers State. It has not happened before. It's not likely to happen again. He may allow them to still come back and still continue their work as lawmakers, but not, for Martin Amewule to come back and sit as speaker. That has never happened in Rivers State. And given the Nyesom Wike style of politics, we don't see that happening. We don't see that happening at all. So it's clear that by the time they resume fully, Edison will sit as the speaker and then will constitute his own leadership team. And then probably because of the settlement process is going on, maybe the other lawmakers may be allowed to come back and sit and do their legislative duties without, seeking any form of ambition. For now, I think that's what will happen. We don't see it happening the other way.
All right. It remains to be seen how this will play out. Quite interesting. And time will tell if the situation indeed has returned to normal. Thank you very much, Godswill Jumbo, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.